of locations and a huge amount of objects to be found and utilised. All fully interactive using a mouse-driven menu system, just like this one. Of course, no warrior worth his salt is going to walk through a strange village without getting into a fight, and in Heimdall there is more than enough strife for you to sink your sword into. Unlike most role-playing games, all combat is in real time. And if you're not sat at home now saying, wow, I want to know why. The enemies are varied, but all deadly. And if that isn't enough for you, well then why don't you keep your eyes open for the hidden traps? Get Heimdall. You'll love it.
It's all yours, mate.
OK, Tony, thanks. Leave it to me. I can do this. Everything's under control. Hello, viewers. My name's Robert Orban, and welcome to my review spot on the first edition of Click. So, if you're ready, I'll begin. Shadow Sorcerer is the latest computer game based on the popular role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons. And jolly good it is too. You and your group of friends, called a party, have to help another group of your friends find a safe place to live, as their previous home has been invaded by monsters. In your way are lots of nasty characters across all different types of terrain. Got that? It's all pretty exciting stuff, I don't mind telling you. You choose your party from a large group of well-disposed heroes, although I do think it's a little unfair that you can only have 4 out of the 16 available, but it does all add to the challenge. After all, they don't want to make things too easy, do they? Especially with weapons like these. By the way, please don't try this at home. Even travelling across the fully detailed landscape can be nerve-wracking stuff. You can be attacked at any point, you know, so keep your swords sharp. I found Shadow Sorcerer exhilarating and captivating, and the large amounts of options and the detailed strategies will keep you involved for hours. This has been Robert Ordman for Click Magazine. Thank you for watching.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah?
I thought you were meant to be coming up with some good tips.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I've got a really good tip, as it goes.
Go on then.
Yeah, change your toothpaste.
He's in the party, man.
Actually, I've come up with a really great tip for Elite. Enter Sarah on the password protection screen. When prompted, enter correct password from the manual and use plus and minus keys on inventory to alter cargo and weapons.
When's the party?
Jason, I've changed my top for this one. Move out the way. Friends, fans, mortals, the time has come for me to present my first review. You see, I'm not just here to educate. I'm here to entertain. Why anybody would want to try and improve upon such a classic game is beyond me, but Tridomuck have, and they've done a wonderful job of it. Everything you could want is here, from the classic old level designs to exciting new ones. There isn't a facet of modern game design that hasn't been included in one form or another. There are even bonus screens where cattle have to be rescued from incoming aliens. One of the best things about the souped up version is that the gameplay is essentially the same. Fast-paced action all the way, with the only pauses for breath in between levels, so keep your trigger finger well oiled. Surprisingly enough, despite the title, the key word is variety. With dozens of different alien types and 12 zones for you to get through, you've got your work cut out. But somehow, it doesn't quite seem like work. A vicious gang of thieves have stolen the Fieldington crown jewels and left them, God knows why, in flashing coloured boxes all over town. Finding them is no problem. Getting to them is the tricky part. Scotland Yard have hired you, Rollin' Ronnie, the roller skating errand boy, to track them down. There's a lot of ground to cover, but in the time he saves skating about, he can run errands to earn a little cash. The only drawback of the skates is the danger of coming a cropper on rough ground or roadworks. There are loads of bonuses to collect, well, some more important than others. Money, for example, has to be grabbed, or else you can't pay for your bus fare at the end of the level. You You can protect yourself against the endless stream of bad guys by throwing salami, or by using the smart bomb, a power sneeze. I like a game that finds me making excuses to come back for one more try. This is one of the best platform games I've played in a long, long time.
The best thing about CU Amiga is that it really tells you everything you need to know about your machine. The next best thing is, you can use it anywhere. CU Amiga from EMAP Images.
Well, unless you just landed from the planet Mars, in which case, welcome to Earth, you'll all know that the Japanese giants Nintendo are seriously huge. Nintendo's 8-bit NES console is the biggest selling computer of all time. Sales of it and its software in America account for an unbelievably huge chunk of the US national debt. The big news is that its big brother, the 16-bit follow-up, has now arrived in the country, even though Nintendo tried hard to clamp down on these so-called grey imports. So what can it do? Well, for a start, the Famicom boasts loads of software, 4,096 colours and 8-channel stereo sound, so you need another 6 ears to take full advantage. Now, back in the land of the rising chip, you can buy one of these for around £120, and nearly 1.5 million people have done just that in the last 6 months. But despite all that success and a lot of pressure from the public, Nintendo don't want to launch the Famicom in Europe before